Hello, this is Group 5 of the Automated Toilet Paper Dispenser. Our design is an automated toilet paper dispenser with an LED that will trigger when the level of the toilet paper is low, as well as a fan that will blow air through a scented air filter. Our components are the Arduino board, a motor controller board, a breadboard, two motors, an external battery pack, and two distance sensors. The Arduino will control all of it, in addition to the motor controller board. When the distance sensors will measure distance, and according to the code logic, will send signals to the motor controller board, which will power the motors through the external battery pack. And according to code logic as well, the LED will be triggered when the certain scenario comes up. For our code, this is the extent to what we have. We have pins that, this is our setup. We have pins that will control the roller sensor, the roller motor, the LED controller, and the fan motor. We have 4 different memory boxes for this, because we do have 2 separate distance sensors. We have duration 1 and distance 1. Duration and distance will be for the first distance sensor. Duration 1 and distance 1 will be for the second. We do have 2 if statements. One is for the LED, and the other is for the 2 motors. This is the code that will control the roller motor. It's just a simple distance sensor setups with using the first 2 memory boxes, and that will bring us to our first if statement. Using the input from the first distance sensor, we have it set up so that if the distance measured by the first distance sensor is greater than 5 inches, it will make the motors turn off, or remain off, and any other signal or any other distance will make the motor turn on, delay for 3 seconds, and then turn off. It'll do this for both the motors, so the fan motor as well as the roller motor will remain on for 3 seconds and then turn off. And that is the extent for the code logic for the first distance sensor. And for the sensor for the LED, is just again a simple setup using the other 2 memory boxes that we have, using the distance sensor. And this brings us to our second if statement. We have it set up so that if the measurement from the second distance sensor is less than or greater than 5 inches, the LED will turn on to indicate that the distance between the edge of the roll and the distance sensor is higher than 5 inches, which will indicate a low toilet paper level. And we have it set so that any other signal or any other distance measured will cause the LED to remain off. So for our code, we have again the roller motor sensor, the roller motor controller, the fan motor controller, and the sensor for the LED, as well as the LED controller. All this code logic will control. This is the logic that will control the board, and again, this is the setup. And if I add the power, we have it so that the right. Unfortunately, we do not have a resistor for the LED, or the resistor that we were using. One of the leads broke off, so we don't have the LED properly set up, but we'll fix that when we come back to class. So this distance sensor will unfortunately do nothing for now, but the one on the left, when it is triggered, it will cause both of these motors to turn on. This one over here on the right will be dedicated for the roller. This one will be dedicated for the fan, and they'll remain on for 3 seconds and then turn off. And again, so according to the code logic, as long as an object remains in view of the distance sensor for any amount of time, it'll cause these to turn on for 3 seconds. And if the object stays in frame, it'll keep turning on for more time in increments of 3 seconds. So if I keep my hand here, turn on for 3 seconds, then they turn on again, and again. And as soon as I remove my hand, after the 3-second interval is done, they will turn off. So our circuitry is completely set up, as well as the code, and is ready for installation into our final prototype. Obviously, we do still need to fix the resistor, but as far as now, it is complete. Bye.